Okay then, game number 1 of the semifinals is upon our hands. The map is gonna be Adaptive Double Plates, with the name of the map coming from this hilly formation on the two sides of the map where the M28 is gonna reside. One in the top left corner and one in the bottom right corner. On this map we will have 3 teams. Team Farmsletje playing in the top right corner versus the Team Nuggets playing in the bottom left corner. The M28 are gonna be playing both for the same team, so the green AIs on the top are gonna be in the same team as the bottom ones, with the two M27s ACU spawning on these adaptive plates here. So yep, it's gonna be very hard to go and access this position for our players, as the M28 should be able to just go and dig in here. So I wonder if there are any plans for our dear players to go and deal with that or not. Other than that, it seems like the main thing about this map here is gonna be, well, about just grabbing control over this position hill and killing the M28 smooth residing here, or the M28 Mahon in the top corner. So we will see how other teams gonna approach them. And as for our teams, we're gonna have Farmsletje playing UEF on the carry slot, the slot which is supposed to go and expand towards the left flank and deal with the enemy M28 player here. On the air slot, it is gonna be FTX Commando playing Aeon once again, and already we can see that there is a nasty T1 bomber coming from the M28. Thankfully, it seems like Derp is gonna pay attention as to what is happening here, as his engineer is gonna go and react on time to dodge and weave as the first missiles, or should I say bombs, are gonna miss. Second volley gonna go and hit with a single bomb, leaving the little engineer on just 17 HP remaining. The T1 MAA Yaesil is already out, as it seems like the bomber will be unable to go and grab any kind of kills. So all it did cost was a little bit of APM from Derp, and other than that, it seems like the man is gonna be just fine. And well, obviously, he's playing Seraphim, as we can see. And last but not least, on the naval slot, we are gonna have Natron playing Cybran, going already for the early T1 factories. And other than that, that's gonna be it. Let's see actually how much mass do we have. 25,000 mass available, with a big chunk of mass being here in this position, so maybe we will actually have some players go for it or not. Other than that, for the Team Nuggets, we're gonna have Deli playing on the front line. He's gonna be playing Seraphim. On the naval slot, we're gonna have the Team Captain Nuggets playing Cybran. On the air slot, once again, it is gonna be Chap playing Aeon. And last but not least, for the Team Nuggets, it is gonna be Blinchik playing UEF. And it seems like there is already a different game plan from the teams, with Mr. FTX Commando going for an early transport to go and secure all the stuff around the map here. As we can see, the engineers already building the Maxes, maybe even building a T1 radar to get some coverage here. And then they will go and reclaim all of this mass available on these hills. The same happened on the other side, where we can see the red engineers expanding there. Other than that, it seems like the biggest difference is about how are the players gonna approach killing the M27 players. We can already see that Nuggets, Blinchik and Chap are going very aggressive versus the M28 Land, Mr. Smooth here on this position, already securing those 4 maxes here, which is something that Farmsletje didn't manage to actually go and do, as his timing is a little bit slower, especially as he is still getting well harassed by the T1 bombers, killing off his engineers. Thankfully, FTX Commando gonna go and send a single interceptor to go and deal with the bomber. So soon enough, our little friend Scorcher is gonna get shot down from the sky. As such, he will only manage to go and kill 2 of the enemy forces, and yes, I really am not sure why is the ACU from FTX Commando and from Natron are not helping Farmsletje by pushing here to go and support the ACU so they can actually go and make a push versus the M27. which is something that is actually happening on the bottom part of the map. As we can see, Chop, Blinchik and Nuggets, all three dealing with the enemy M28, as the smooth commander, the smooth operator, is making a really good work of keeping the free ACUs in bay. So most likely, soon enough, we're gonna see a gun upgrade coming up from one of those players, which is something that Node Sniper, known as Farmsletje, is already doing here on the top side. Unfortunately, he was forced to go and pause his upgrade as he doesn't have the energy and mass required for it. And soon enough, the Mahon M28 Sabran player here might be proving to be a little bit too much to deal with. As we can see, the Jester is pushing back his T1 units, and now the gun upgrade is also finished on the Sabran ACU, meaning it's gonna be hard for Farmsletje alone to make the push happen. At the same time, it seems like FX Commando is gonna go and lose the control over this hilly position here, as all his engineers and mexes are gonna get killed by the units belonging to Mahon, who dropped engineers and then built his own T1 land factory here, so yes. That is gonna be hard to go and recover from, and now it seems like the other M28 player is gonna also do the same and recover the position from his opponents. So the team Farmsletje is losing their control over the hills. At the same time, it seems like Chop alone have managed to go and grab the range upgrade, which I can fully agree with. You don't need the DPS upgrade when you have free ACUs available. All you want is basically gun range to make sure you can go and outrange the enemy T1 PDs. And the T2 PD Cerberus is going to go and start shooting versus the units belonging to Blinchik, as it seems like the M28 smooth operator is unfortunately not gonna go and manage to defend his positions. As we can see, nearly all of his units and PDs are gone, meaning that the trio of Nuggets, Blinching and Chop are gonna go and grab control over this position here, which is not something you can actually go and say about the north front line, where we can see that Farmsletje, the Node Sniper, is actually being pushed back by his Mahon opponent. FX Commando gonna go and join the fight right now, but with no range nor gun upgrade available on his ACU, it means that unfortunately he won't be that much of a help here. All he can do is basically work as a meat shield for his friend Farmsletje. Other than that, let's take a look at the naval position, as it seems like Natron is actually gonna go and control most of the pond. As compared to his opponent, it seems like he have invested quite heavily into the T1 submarines, although unfortunately his opponent is already finished the T2 naval HQ, meaning that the Salem-class destroyers are gonna be going up in droves in no time. Meaning that the T1 submarines are no longer gonna be an available choice of units. On the bottom, it seems like all the bases, all the buildings and units belonging to the smooth operator have been destroyed and erased, and now he is gonna be the next target, as his ACU wasn't able to go and hide in this forest, as his spiky ACU is just a little bit too high to go and hide properly. Meaning he's most likely gonna be the next targets for the units belonging to Blinchik and his support ACUs. That is, if the Team Nuggets will even want to go and finish them off. Looking at the mid lane, it seems like actually Delhi have managed to go and grab a little bit more map control compared to his opponent. Derp, not by a much, but still, it seems like Delhi have a few more mass extractors available, and we can actually see it properly on... Nope, never mind. It's Derp who have the more mass available, as it seems like he have a few more T2 maxes available compared to his opponent. Other than that, Natron is being forced back by the enemy forces, as the Salem-class destroyer is proving too much of a hassle to go and deal for the T1 units belonging to Natron, as the live replay is slightly lagging, unfortunately. Okay, it seems like Delhi is actually not gonna give up control over this Hilly plateau here, as he is still fighting very hard for his maxes here versus the M28 forces, and also, never mind, those are the forces belonging to Derp, so it seems like he actually managed to go and make a small T1 transport drop in here, and yes, that is exactly what happened. Here is the wreckage of this one here, so yeah, he seems to have delivered a bunch of Zuis and other nasty rascals to go and kill the maxes belonging to Chap, putting the enemy air player a little bit more behind in the mass game. And speaking of air players, it seems like FX Commando is gonna fully opt in for the T2 air, as he is starting to go and spam up a bunch of Swifties, not going for the T3 stage, but instead banking on going very hard, and yes, he will go very hard on the T2 air. We can see second Pigeon already being queued up and being nearly finished, and then there's gonna be more T2 air factories being produced, so yes, he is gonna go all in on the T2 air, as most likely they're planning to go and finish the game in no time. TML missile going for enemy ACU belonging to Blinchik, as the M28 player is gonna go to try and snipe the commanders belonging to the Team Nuggets. Will there be second missile going off or not? That is the question. And it seems like the smooth operator is still not being killed off by the Team Nuggets, so yep. For now, the man can just go and chill in his little forest. He might not have a dime to his, well, person, but he is still alive and thankful for the few more seconds he can stay there. T2 cruiser have been deployed by Farmsletje, as it seems like he recognizes the fact that with a big army of the naval units, that is the naval fleet, he's gonna have control over the mid lane, meaning he can go and park the cruisers around these parts here. And look at this, look at the range of the cruiser here. He can actually lay siege to a lot of enemy mechs and stuff. But I feel like the bigger problem here, and something that might actually go and cost the game, the Team Farmsletje, is the fact that they have never managed to go and kill off the Mahon player, the M28 Cybran here, who is already digging in very hard, as we can see by this firebase here. Cerberus turrets popping up one after another, TMDs, T1PDs and other stuff, so yes, the army from Farmsletje is gonna have to be built much bigger to go and crush them. Otherwise, I'm afraid to say it's gonna be Farmsletje who's gonna be pushed back by the enemy forces. We can already see the T1 walls being produced by Farm, so yeah, he is fully aware of the fact that he is most likely never winning again versus the M28 player here, especially as more than anything he is well focusing on the naval battle, where we can see him producing more and more destroyers and cruisers, as he is trying to go and ready up a push through the strait here versus the forces belonging to his opponents, and he might be really forced to go and make a move, as we can see Chap, Deli and Blinchik, all three players, even Nuggets coming with his ACU to go and support the build of this T3 HQ, and the moment this HQ is done, it's gonna spell doom for our farms, as the Neptune battle cruisers are already queued up with the shield generators, meaning that the T2 battleships and, the destroyers and other units belonging to Farmsletje are most likely gonna become useless in the next 5 minutes of the game. I have also seen a few TML missiles flying for the mechs belonging to both Derp and FX Commando, although it seems like none of them have actually managed to go and connect with their targets. Oh, I guess they're just sniping random radars or something. I thought they were flying to go and kill the enemy mechs, but no, they're just killing radars across this position. All of them belonging to Farmsletje, as here comes the push. As Farms, together with the units belonging to FX Command, is gonna go and make a last-ditch push to go and clean up this strait here, which we will call the Hormuz Straits, as now the destroyers from both farms and nuggets are intermingling as the silent class are going toe-to-toe versus the enemy Valiant class destroyers. And it seems like the big difference maker might be the two ACUs belonging to both Der and to Natron, as they both actually have the nano upgrades, which are gonna go and help them out. Here comes the Spectre gunship from FX Commando to go and kill off the build power belonging to the Team Nuggets, as the AoE on the Spectre gunship is gonna go and come in clutch, as already 70% of the build power have been killed off. But the battle cruiser is 90% done, and soon enough it is gonna come online. The Valiant class destroyers are gonna come closer and closer. But unfortunately, the Neptune battle cruiser is online. The deadly lasers are gonna go and open their fire. The Spectre gunship is gonna go and try to kill him off. As the Neptune is the next target, we can see there is no anti-air units available for the Team Nuggets, meaning that the Spectre gunship will be actually able to go and kill off the battle cruiser. But it seems like the T2 shield boat is also being built, so maybe it will get finished on time. We have Natron also firing off the torpedo launchers with their ACU being only at 2000 HP, as he might be the next target to go and die. 1500 HP remaining, 1000 HP on the Neptune class battle cruiser. But the shield boat is alive and well, meaning that the battle cruiser is still gonna stay alive. More air units coming in here as the restorers from Chap are being produced one after another, meaning that soon enough, most likely, FTX Commando will have no more air control available, especially as he keeps on losing his Swifties versus a bunch of Nazi skyboxers firing away their flak shells one after another. The Neptune battle cruiser is still alive on just 91 HP. The question is, can Natron or someone else go and finish it off? As right now, this battle cruiser will go and outrange everything. Everything that the team Farmsletje can actually go and use in this game. So this is gonna be a do or die. And with more and more shield boats being available, it seems like this battle cruiser is gonna go and stay alive and well. Natron trying to go and kill him off, but unfortunately the shield boat is gonna be enough to go and protect the Neptune battle cruiser, as his ACU is dropping to 500 HP, 400 HP, and kaboom, baby! The first player is actually dead in this game, and that is gonna be the Natron, as he valiantly tried to go and snipe the enemy battle cruiser. A battle cruiser which is still firing on the positions belonging to Farmsletje. 91 HP, only remaining 4000 mass already killed, and with more shield boats actually coming to support him, it seems like he will go and stay alive for a little while longer. There is a bunch of Spectre gunships coming here to go and seal the deal. Can they kill off this battle cruiser before the shield comes online? The shield is online once again. The flag is gonna go and open fire, as it seems like the battle cruiser is still alive. Oh my goodness! This was but another machination towards the Team Nuggets, as it seems like the Team Farmsletje is running out of options. They are trying to do whatever they can to go and keep this game going. Once again, the battle cruisers, the destroyers from Farmsletje, are gonna go and try to close out the game, as the T3 naval HQ is coming under fire from the enemy cruisers, taking a lot of damage, only half HP remaining, as we can see that the governors are opening the missile silos and firing them one after another, as the missiles are going straight through the sky to go and hit the target. It seems like Neptune battle cruiser have been shot down and sunk by the enemy destroyers. As right now, Farmsletje is making the last-ditch effort, the last push versus enemy forces, but here comes the restorers, here comes the Zoes from the teammates of Nuggets to go and save the T3 HQ, which is barely just holding in, being repaired all the time by the engineers, paying a big hefty price in the mass, as Farmsletje is once again gonna get forced to go and fall back, as he have no way to go and push in. And with the battle cruisers actually managing to go and get out of the factory, albeit on only 66% HP, it seems like the push from the destroyers belonging to the Team Farmsletje is most likely not gonna work out. Once again, they're gonna go and try to go and cross through the strait. Now with the Derp ACU sporting double nano and double, how is it called, the nano repair aura, as we can see the destroyers having a 2000 HP more available on them and also sporting a hefty 50 HP per second regeneration. But yeah, the battle cruiser is up and online. Another destroyer, the Valiant class, sinking down to the bottom of the sea, as there is nothing to go and stop the plasma cannons from this bad boy here, as it's most likely gonna go and spell the doom and gloom for the team Farmsletje, as GGs are gonna go and come out on the chat as team Farmsletje recalls from the battle. GG Vuper to the team Nuggets for winning the game number 1. Honestly, that's an upset, but that's why we are here to go and see them, so yep. Congratulations for getting the game number 1, and hopefully the others are gonna be just as interesting.